The Lego film you just watched was an example of junior stop motion with Lego. Now, I'm going to show you a few steps so that you can make your own video. One of the most important parts about a movie is lighting. The lighting can be anything from a candle to a desk lamp to a spotlight. What I used in this film was just the standard desk lighting. Especially if you stop and start, you need to make sure the lighting is the same in each session so not to create uneven lighting throughout the film. The next important part of the stop motion film is the set. The set I made was very simple. Here are some pictures of my set. To make my set, I used some pieces of old wood, an old science book, some potted plants, different Lego pieces, the cliff piece, several different colors and sizes of plate, standard potting soil, a baking pan, and a piece of styrofoam covered in blue felt. A very important part of making a stop-motion film is the camera. A tripod is optional, but you must have a good camera. The tripod I was using to create this film, and the one you're watching, is a Store 63. And the camera is a Nikon Coolpix. It is basically a point-and-shoot camera, but it has added features. Every type of stop-motion film has some type of quote-unquote actors, which can be anything. The actors I have chosen for my films are Lego minifigures. All of the actors and vehicles that were in my film came from at least one of the following sets. As you can see, sometimes I only used one character out of a whole set. And this is fine. You can mix and match however you please. You can even custom build Lego models just for your film. Sound effects can come from just about anything. The sound effects in this film came from my mouth, and a remote control car, and a vacuum cleaner. One sound that is very difficult to hear, though, which didn't turn out as well as I hoped, was me dropping a puzzle on the ground to create a BAM sound. The software I used to animate my film was Windows Live Movie Maker. To get started, I select Add Videos and Photos. It will then ask me which files I would like. I then drag my cursor over which photos I would like to get them more quickly. Then I hit open and they appear on this screen. Then I go to video tools, which will appear at the top, and I go to duration and change it to what I want. For my film, I changed it to 0.09 seconds per frame. The music is a little more difficult. Once you record a sound effect, you then go to the home menu and select Add Music, and it has two options, Add Music or Add Music to the current point. Add Music to the current point merely adds it to where your little line on the screen is. There's almost no difference. Once your music is in, you may be surprised. Most times it looks longer than you remember because if each picture is only 0.09 of a second, the video can go for 20-30 pictures. So then you'll need to shrink it. But it may be a little more difficult, but it's definitely worth it in the end. Special effects are not needed in a stop-motion film, but they can be really exciting. I used them in the point where the Jedi uses the Force to lift the robot, and where the clone shoots down the assassin droid. I'll show you the techniques I used to create both. The special effects I used for lifting the robot was merely a string, but the special effects for the laser shot were a little bit more difficult, but still very easy. First, I took a photo any photo you can use for practice. Just take a photo and open it with Paint. The Paint software comes usually already downloaded on Windows computer. So you go into you right click the photo, go to Open With, and select Paint. Once it's open, you select Line, select your color, and draw a line where you want the blaster shot to be. Now I know there's no clone in this photo, but imagine he was standing right here. He's going to be pointed this way, so therefore you would put the blast right here. And then through the photos, you would just merely move the blast across the screen. But when it hits the object, you don't want it long anymore. Shrink it down almost into a ball, so it looks like it's penetrating in. In this, it almost looks as if it's penetrating the cliff. That's basically all I can think of right now. I'll post some new videos later. Thank you for watching.